Hello everyone, my name is Nick and welcome back once again to Factorio. Now if you're new to this series, this is the third episode, and the whole thing is that I have never played this game before, and it is currently 2023, which means this game has come a long way since it was first released. In the last episode, we did a lot of things. We built an automated science factory, we got a little more power up and running, and we optimized some of our mining setups. And I don't know exactly what we're going to do in this one, but we're going to try to explore a little bit and also increase the efficiency of some of our existing systems. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So welcome back to our little factory here, the Aquilae company factory on whatever planet this is after our little space crash. As you can see, we've got some basic things going on here. Also, thanks to you guys, I now know that I can use the Alt key to toggle detailed view, which I assume for many of you watching is very helpful. So we're going to leave that on for the most part. But yeah, this is what we've come up with. So essentially, this is what we have so far. We've got a little furnace area here. So we have iron that comes in from these drills. And then we also have copper that comes in from these drills. In fact, the iron doesn't come from here. It comes from all the way down here. Comes up on this conveyor into here. And then gets processed by these furnaces. And then the plates come out of here. They go down into here where this thing sorts them, splits off the copper here, and we only process iron with the copper, so we can automatically split it over here. And then we have storage solutions for both of those things. Now, obviously, the bottleneck here is the smelting process. However, I foolishly built my silly little science factory right next to the production center here. So there's a chance we might move that today. But the first thing I want to do is look at our research tree. Now, one of our big bottlenecks right now is we have our power station. I'll actually pull this up. So all of our power comes from this area down here because that's the closest water source and we use steam power. Our entire base and all of our production is up here. So I have to manually run coal right now from all the way up here to down here every few minutes, basically, to keep these generators running efficiently. What I'm going to try to do today, if it's not prohibitively expensive, is to research the railroad technology and to build a little rail network between where we are and our power network. So we've just unlocked the green science, which unfortunately we have not learned how to produce yet. So let's see, if I want to do railway, so railway is here. That requires engine and logistics. So let's do engine first. Yes. Okay. So we need to figure out the green thing. So let's go to our science. One transport belt and one inserter. So, oh jeez. Yeah. So I should probably set up. Oh boy. So now I'm thinking like I should probably move this. Well, I should move this entire thing away from our smelting line. Number one. Number two, I need a different assembler line here to make the green science bottles. So maybe that's what I'll do. I will move this up here so it's kind of out of the way of our resources, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. So when it came time to move my little science factory that I'd built in the previous episode, I started out by taking a good look at the system so I could remember how I had set it up. Then I removed the conveyors and the automated assembler system and basically just tore out the entire module because I realized not only did I build this basically in the way of my furnace setups expansion, but I also didn't do the best job. So I decided to move it up above, north of the furnace setup, and while I left the labs there, the red science labs for the moment, their time there would be short-lived. I started by putting my assemblers together, adding some cargo containers, and I basically wanted to set up a system where I would make green science, which, as you might know, requires electronic circuits, iron plates, and iron gears. So I would need a way to distribute these iron plates throughout the system, and I would need to also make inserters and transport belts that I would then transform into the green science kits that I needed to make or to do the research rather. So I built this complex web of assemblers, and then there was a brownout. So I had to go back down to our power station and put a whole bunch of coal back in our system. And then I got right back to work. But basically, I built this ring of assemblers that took all the raw materials, iron plates and copper plates, and manufactured them into everything we needed to make green science kits. So if I've done my math correctly here, I think we are ready. I just have to do one final thing. I have to set this to produce green science. So again, by no means is this system efficient, but I do think that it will work. So basically, I'm sure if you play Factorio, you probably know what this is, but I'm gonna just walk through it anyway. So the goal is to produce the green science kits, which we have here. Those require a transport belt and an inserter. So transport belt requires iron plate and iron gear wheel, and inserter requires circuit, iron gear wheel, and iron plate. So our raw materials, we have an iron plate and a copper plate, which you can see in these two containers here. And then those are produced into either copper cables or gear wheels. And then the raw iron plates are also used in the transporter and the inserter. I think, did I hook that up? I did not, so I need to hook that up as well. Now this should be iron plates, yes, if any make it that far. So, you know what we'll do? We'll do this. I'm gonna get rid of this, and that. We're gonna need another splitter. Yeah, so basically there's a bunch of sub-assemblers that all feed into a single final assembler, which I think it's going to be difficult to like optimize, but it should work at the bare minimum, I think. So this splitter will just do like this. That way we have a devoted flow of iron plates to this machine. We're going to need an underground thingy. And actually I'm going to have to turn this. I'm out of transport belts again. You'll see in the time lapse I had to run down to the power plant because the exact problem I was talking about happened. Now wait, I've gotten this backwards actually. It's this one that needs the raw feed of iron plates. Okay. Yeah, so basically a bunch of sub-assemblers into one big assembler. Now the moment of truth, when I hook this thing up to power, everything should work. Emphasis on should. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's hook it up. Put one there, put one there. To get off the conveyor belt, put another one there. Put one here. Put one here. And one there. Another there. And there, and there. And let's see if we're going to get the results that we hope for. Yes, okay, there's already a problem. I did not stock these as I should have with plates. So let's do that, shall we? Also, this one's unpowered. So let me just dump a bunch of iron plates in there. I have a ton of them. So one of the really good things is that our factory is producing, and it's producing a lot. We are making a very steady production at this point of iron plates. Now, I think this is getting all the gear wheels. Now, is that gonna... Oh, it didn't get that one. Okay. So that's our inserter. So we're getting a nice backlog of iron plates here. That's kind of what we want to see. That's good. Not getting any there yet. That's fine. What is the reason for this? That gets its iron plates from here. Actually, oh, wow. So I've made that redundant. This needs iron plates. So maybe I can do this. Oh, this is going to be like impossible because it's so tight. I'm going to have to add some kind of bypass here. Oh, how can I do that? Oh man, this game is making me think. It's like uncomfortable. But it looks like... What do you need? Copper? Iron plate? You also need iron plates. Oh boy, okay. Well, let's just for the time being, I'm just going to manually load both of these up. But we have to hook this up properly. There we go. Okay, we're going to just have a ton of transport. Okay, here we go. See, now this... I'm going to have to lengthen this so that they can get the appropriate materials. You know, actually, the right way to do this is to create a recirculation. And that's what I'm going to have to do. So, let's do this. I'll make this a recirculating belt. Yes, that way... Do I need more undergrounds? I think I do. That way the materials are constantly cycling. We should have our first green sciences, and we do. And we do. This game is so complicated. I'm constantly taken aback by just how much it makes you think. So let's put that there. Okay, now I add conveyor, turn, straight turn. There we go. Now we have a rotating conveyor, so this can grab whatever it needs. Now I want to make, since we have an excess of iron plates here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this conveyor, and I'm going to add a splitter. Going to have this turn. This is going to be our iron plate bypass for this. So I'm going to literally do... Oh, this is going to get really messy. Look away if you don't like things that aren't neat. Now is that's your warning officially. Okay. All right. So there is our little bypass. Need more of these already. So the goal here, we see that we have an excess of iron plates in one spot, so we can just divert them to the place where they're needed. So now we'll get iron plates directly put into here. And then the only other thing I need to do is I also need to divert some over to here, which actually should be pretty easy because I make a splitter here. Then I can split this and add a turn. And then, oh, and we've had another brownout. That happened last time too. Oh, Jesus. Okay, good thing, though, is we have a ton of coal now because you might see this in the time-lapse as well, but we had some iron contamination get into this coal belt. So what I did to fix that is I added a recirculation here and a coal splitter. So the idea is that anything that's not coal gets sorted out of this belt and put back into the furnace intake, and then the coal gets put into this chest. This iron has been in here for a long time. I'm actually going to take that out. So basically, that gives us a way to sort through all the coal that we get and to separate out anything that's not coal. Now, as you can tell, we're having serious power problems, which means this train idea of mine is becoming even more important. In fact, I'm going to actually make another lab while I'm running here, so we can use that. Now, to get our power back online, what I have to do is I fill this up with coal, but I keep a little in my inventory, and then I jumpstart one of the boilers. There we go. And that kicks the whole system back on. And let's actually, if we look at our power grid here, you can see our consumption on the left, which is 1.2 million, and it looks like we're overproducing Yeah, we're producing more than double what we need. So actually, I'm going to temporarily remove that. And you know what? I should make this recirculate. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. We are starting to learn, guys. Learning. Today's learning is recirculating belts so that materials don't get backlogged. There we go. Now the inserter will just work at the speed of light. And what is our power output? Okay. We're still outputting almost 2 million. So actually, can I afford to shut 2 of these off? I think so. Yeah, let me get that inserter out. Will that harm our output? It looks like a little bit, but we're way overproducing right now, so that's fine. And that will help to... Yeah, okay. That will help to reduce our coal consumption because we're consuming a ton of coal right now. So let's move back on up to our base here. We should be getting a steady flow of green science, among other things. So let's see what we got here. Looks like we have plenty of transport belts, but not enough inserters. It's trying to put one on, but there's actually an excess. So you know what? Let's add an overflow bin here. And a fast inserter. And we're going to need another telephone pole. There we go. Okay. How many green sciences we got? 15. Okay. Let's plan for the future where we have multiple labs, and let's build a conveyor here. And then an inserter and our lab, which I just built. So let me equip that. I have to clear this. Middle click. There we go. Still learning my hotkeys, so please forgive me. Inserter. Okay. Normal inserter right here. And then telephone pole. I don't have any wood. I also read somewhere that there's pollution in this game, which kind of scares me because I am burning resources like crazy right now. And if that's true, we're going to have some serious pollution problems on our hands. All right, let's power that up. There we go. We can start doing our research. Oh, we need the red sciences here as well. Interesting. Okay. So maybe we can just move our whole lab complex up there. Yeah, actually, I don't have any red science producing right now, so might as well just take it all. Let's get all these. Yeah, take the whole plant. It actually cleans things up really nicely. So then maybe I can make our red science field over here. This could be our green science area. Maybe? Maybe. So let's add for now. I should make this a circulating belt. Yep, you know, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to do it right. So if I want to make this a circulating belt, I have to do like this and like this. And actually, I don't have to get all fancy. I can just... More transport belts. I can literally just do a little circle here. Let's get rid of that, and there we go, and turn it. Okay. Now, I could put multiple labs down, and in fact, you know what? I will. I'll put 2. And, you know, I'll put a 3rd. Why not? And then inserters... So green, green, and green right there. And then we're going to have a red input, which for now I'm going to just put that here because we're not producing red at the moment. We're just going to hand feed it in there. So all that red science, all the green science, telephone, telephone, telephone. Okay, telephone. There we go. So one of those should light up in a second. There we go. Okay. So now, I think we have enough red science to get by for the time being, but we don't have that much. And we still need to do manual transfers of this stuff. Let's see how our furnaces are doing. They're doing well. We could definitely improve output on these. How many more of these can I make? Do I have extras? I do. I have 12 extras. Is this necessary? If I break this, is everything gonna break? No. Oh yes, actually. Oh no, it's connected here. Okay, redundancy. Excellent, okay. So let's add additional furnace. And now I have to break that one, so let's just move this power route over here. There we go, nice and clean. Let's add 3 additional furnaces here. Now each furnace requires 2 inserters and 1 long inserter. So I need a total of 6 of these. So 4 more. And then I don't have any of these left, so 1, 2, 3. And actually that's gonna cut into my inserters supply. So we'll do that in a second. Let's check on our science up here. All 3 labs are working, although we're short on green. What is the bottleneck here? Are we producing? We need inserters. It's bottleneck here. We need gear wheels. Gear wheels are all going to the transport hub, so we actually need a splitter here. Oh boy, so this is going to get complicated. Let me remove this for a second so it has time to catch up. So, oh boy. How can I do this? I'm gonna have to like rearrange this whole thing to make that work. Oh no, that's not good. Okay, alright, looks like we're evened out, so I'll just leave that for now. They need more green science, which is on the way. Oh, you know, I could have an overflow here. In fact, that's exactly what I'll do. I'll just have it off, on. This is the dumbest solution ever. Now okay, it did put the green one in. Okay. Alright, back to what I was doing. So I'm just gonna let that run for a minute here. It looks like we didn't get too much done with our research. Doing some here. Okay, interesting. That's gonna take a while. What we can do is optimize our raw production here. So, how many do we have? We have 2 inserters, and I guess, how many long ones? 3 long ones. Okay, that's good. So let's put those in there, and we're gonna need 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we'll set up the inserters first. And then we will set up the conveyors. So 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And then this is an off. So off, off, and off. And then we will need to extend coal belt, which I will not connect yet, but I will do. And then we're going to need to add a recirculating line here. I can switch that to underground. And then our output belt, I'm gonna need to expand here. More transport belts needed. I figured out also you can click and drag. How cool is that? Let's get rid of that because that's at the very end. And then, okay, let me just think for a minute here. So build an underground belt. Actually, I can salvage this one. Can I? No, I don't need to. Yeah, that's actually fine where it is. It's actually good where it is. But I can break this connection and this one and do this, and then I take my underground and I go like this. And then I think we will have circulation. Now, take the fast inserters, and we want to put that in. So we'll do, or the long inserters rather. So we take coal in, and coal in, and then we need more transport belts because we're going to extend this assembly, or the output line, all the way to down here and here, and there we go. Okay, and we need a couple more. So you guys can see it's starting to come together. I'm starting to figure this out, starting to learn. If we had another brownout, holy cow. Okay, that is insane. We are just running through coal like nobody's business, I guess. Let me just take it all. You know what? Let's just take it all. Okay, looks like we're still nowhere close to finishing engine research as well. So things are gonna get messy here. We can connect this up. No, that doesn't go there. That doesn't go there, brain fart. Give me underground belt. It go here. And then connect the uppy this guy to here. And get rid of this. And turn that. Okay, and now we go fix our brownout. And when we come back, let me put all these in place now. But everything should be operational when we come back, I think. Now, as you can see, it is a pretty serious problem that our we're having these brownouts like really regularly, and that's not good. Especially because it takes me a while to get all the way down to this power plant here. So railway is of the utmost importance. So, okay. Let's put the coal in. All except a little bit, and let's just jumpstart any one boiler. Let's do this one. How did it run through that much that fast? That's what I want to know. I mean, that's insanity. I didn't think we could even go through coal that fast. I mean, soon enough, like, we're gonna just, I mean, be out producing what we even need here. Okay, now are these furnaces? These are facing the wrong way. Okay. There's always got to be something wrong, and that's like one of the things you learn as an engineer, and I've actually done it again, is that if you do your checks, like your final pre-flight checks, and you don't find anything wrong, even if it's something small, you should do them again, because you probably missed something. There's always at least one small thing, and it's kind of comforting when you find that one small thing, because you know, like, you found something and fixed it. Otherwise, you're just going to feel like you missed whatever the something was. Okay, are we doing a little better here? Oh, yes, we need to fix our iron gear wheel problem. So, what I could do... Oh, boy. Okay, all right. So, this feeds iron gear wheels into here. So, I'm going to start by moving this here. It's further down the line. So, I need a splitter. So maybe, you know, this is exactly what I can do. Oh, man. Let me think about this for a second. So I've decided that for the time being, the best solution to this problem, because I can't really figure out how to fit it in here, was to just make another iron gear assembler. And the good part about that is it's now given this inserter thing its own supply, which means that the green science machine is now building more green science things, which are getting put into here, which means more science. And also I need to actually add these back into circulation because it took them all off the conveyor. There we go. And actually the solution to this, I'm just going to make the conveyor a bunch longer, so it has the capacity to hold all those different things. Nope, not backwards. This way. There we go. Okay. Awesome. So I think that will allow us to make science. I think. Now, once we do engine, we still have a whole nother tech we need to do. And we're probably burning through coal even faster. But it looks like we still have not... We're not getting fast enough throughput on these furnaces, so I actually should probably build more. But we are just collecting resources at an incredible rate, which is a great thing. And I actually should replenish our science machine up here, because it looks like it's run out of iron plates. Oh, no, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. It's just running through them quickly. Oh, and actually now that's a fresh problem for us. So let's see. None of them are going to get all the way to here. Actually, there's an easy way to fix this. A splitter. So, starting to learn. I'm starting to pick things up. I feel like that's all you can do in a game like this is you just like throw stuff at the wall until something feels like it works. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. Because now, if I take this splitter, I put it right here, then it will ensure that, yeah, okay, both of these get iron plates. And that's originally what I was going to do with this here, was I was going to split the gear wheel, but I couldn't figure out how to fit one in there. I couldn't figure out how to fit a splitter in there. And we got our science machine working here. Let's see, this green's going to get picked up by that. That's fine. I suppose we could probably add a second... Maybe I'm jumping the gun here. We could add a second green science thing. Oh. It's pulling all these off the belt. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's, I'm gonna take some of those. And the inserters too, okay. Well, that's not what we want to see. That's, I have to figure out how to optimize that, but that's a little concerning. So let's do input here and then output directly to this. I'm gonna need more telephone poles, which requires more wood. And I have the feeling that we're about to have another brownout, unfortunately. So let's grab some more wood here. I'm not a pro deforestation guy. I just need to build more telephone poles. Alright, let's put it right here. Okay. And then let's put a metal box here. Fresh telephone pole. Fresh inserter. And then I will manually move stuff in here that I want to be recirculated. For example, the 30 inserters that are just sitting in this transport belt, or this, my god, I can't even think of what to call it. So actually, can you just stop for a second? Okay, now I need to assign this to green science. There we go. Okay, hopefully everything should be working as planned. We have plenty of circuit cards. We have iron plates going everywhere, it looks like. Everything's producing as far as I can tell. You're waiting on iron gear wheels, your source of which is this. So maybe it's worth replacing this with a fast inserter since it feeds the whole system. And giving it a ton more iron plates. Yeah, that seems to have helped, actually. Helped a bit, anyway, I think. That should help production. And are we getting... Oh, we're getting... Okay, that's enough. That's enough conveyor belts. You madman, stop. Please. Okay, now I'm losing track of my own creation. They need inserters, which come from here. And those get put directly on. So actually... Oh, gosh. I've created the exact same problem I just had. Let's take some of these transport belts off until it equalizes. And then I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. And are we out of red science again? Yeah, it looks like it. So actually I'm going to remove this for now. And I'm just going to put them all on the conveyor. I think it's long enough that it'll be okay now. This is working better. I only want inserters. I don't want you putting more transport belts on this thing. Oh my god. This thing is... Okay, it's just producing like super fast. Okay, no wonder. We're just producing a ton of transport belts, which honestly might be a good thing. Maybe there's a way to separate those out. don't know. I guess we'll find out, but we have our science factory cranking at full speed now. We're gonna need pretty soon more red science to unlock trains, which will then allow us to take our coal production directly to our power plant, which means the whole thing should run pretty much endlessly without any human input, which is the idea. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go down there and refuel real quick. Okay, everybody, so the science factory is working quite well. Everything is working as intended. There are some bottlenecks, obviously, but we have a basic green science factory going. As you can see in the top right here, we've finished the engine technology. Now what I've noticed, however, is that we're running low on red science. What I have done in an effort to help alleviate this shortage is I've created a little miniature like red science factory here. What that consists of is basically just an additional splitter on the iron plates, which puts them here, and then an additional splitter on the copper intake that also adds them to this area. So what should happen now is as soon as I put the copper plates back in here, some should be directed over here, and actually I think that a fast inserter is in order for that. Also, I could be using filter inserters for this. To take... Well, actually, it looks like we've worked out our backlog here. What's, Oh, are we out of iron plates? This thing runs through iron plates like crazy. Oh, I need to power these up as well, it seems. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, they're not connected, obviously. There we go. And that as well. So now, what should happen, if this was facing the right way, would be this produces iron gear wheels. Oh, I didn't add a... Oh my gosh. How could I do this? How could I do this to myself? Are you serious? Bro, why did I do that? I cannot believe I forgot to add the intake properly. Now there's going to be too many copper plates on the conveyor. And we're going to have a problem. Yes, but the idea is... Oh, it puts them side by side. The idea is that that allows us to make red science here, which I also forgot to put an inserter on the exit of. And then we transfer that out where it gets put into the... Here, this container, which then gets taken into here, and more science. So we did engine. We want railway. Railway also requires logistics too. So let's pick that next, I think. So there we go. Everything's firing away. Everything is looking good. Also, we are still backlogged here, but not nearly as much. Oh my gosh, are these full? There's no way. What about copper? Holy cow, that is a lot of copper plates. Oh my god. Yeah, so no shortage of raw materials coming in here, which is excellent. Although I am thinking that we are probably looking at another brownout soon. So I'm going to head down there and power this up and give this some time to operate, and then we'll check in on it shortly. So as much as I want to continue playing this game because I'm absolutely absorbed into it, I have to stop myself. But the good news is we've just finished the railway technology. This little science factory, while it's not perfect, it is working like a charm. We are pumping out science like nobody's business. Obviously, there's some bottlenecks. I mean, clearly this is a ridiculous bottleneck here. But if I choose a new technology to research, say, oh, I don't know, what's useful here? Automated rail, that sounds useful. That sounds like something I would want. Or solar. Let's start with automated rail. Everything starts right up. Additionally, down here, we have all of our furnaces working at full capacity, and you'll see I've added a whole bunch of new drills to improve our raw material production, which means that we are outputting plates at a never before seen rate here, which is awesome. So I think in the next video there's going to be two main priorities. The first one, we need to be able to run our power plants, which are down at the bottom of the map here, much more efficiently and reliably. In order to do that, I've got this little coal box here, which is actually almost full already. Holy cow. We're going to set up a train so that the coal box, the coal is transferred onto a train, which then goes way down on our map here to our power station. And then the coal is going to be offloaded directly into the power system. We're also going to research solar technology and the associated battery technology. So you have solar here. And then, of course, you need power at night, too, so we want batteries. And once we get all that, so we need electric energy accumulators. Then we will be able to move off of coal power completely, and I think that will be our next big goal. But anyway, I am really enjoying Factorio so far. I mean, this game is insane. I can see how people are like, oh, before you know it, 30 hours down the drain. I can see it. It's already happening to me. I mean, I intended to record for not very long, and I've been here much longer than I intended to be. But I'm really enjoying this game, and I think we'll take it as far as it'll go. Still curious. I haven't seen any enemies yet. I don't know if I have to go looking for them or what that's going to look like. But we do have a nice big view of our map here thanks to our radar systems. So yeah, maybe in the next episode we'll do a little exploring. As always, though, if you have tips, anything of that sort, leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.